Good morning and welcome back to 10 Minutes of Astrology. My name is Shay, your favorite person on the internet, with all of your astrological predictions and news for the future. Check the comments for all of my housekeeping. I'm going to get started. Mars in Leo in 2028. And the first thing that it does is at 3 degrees. So it enters, has a small break, and then at 3 degrees it simultaneously conjuncts and sextiles. So it conjuncts Venus in Leo at 3 degrees, sextiles Jupiter in Libra at 3 degrees. Well, what does that mean? Because I know I throw out this terminology and stuff all the time, and some people have no idea what I'm saying, which is fine, and other people can keep up. But Mars, for those of you who don't know, is the planet of action and war. Leo, my cat's crying in the background. She's fine though. Leo is the flagrant peacock, lion, lioness, king, queen of the jungle. So Mars loves being in Leo. It can get a little lazy if you have like the lazy catnap mentality, or it can be very fiery and not aggressive is not the right term, but passionate. Then Venus is also there. Venus as well likes being in Leo. Venus is about all relationships. Now remember, Venus, the planet itself, is very toxic. So this also means toxic relationships. It can be good, it can be bad. It's all relationships. It's relationships with your family, your friends, your coworkers. Venus encompasses all of that. And in Leo, Leo loves children and is very creative and spontaneous. So these are good places for these planets to be in. And then sextile to Jupiter in Libra. Jupiter is large expansion. It continues to grow. It's more public speaking, public platforms. And Libra is the scales of justice. It's balanced or imbalanced depending on the interpretation. This interpretation is good because these are all good, wonderful things that are happening right here. So we are expanding Jupiter in our relationships, Venus, and being active in those relationships, Mars and Venus, in a very creative, happy, family-oriented way. That's all Leo, and this can either become bigger balance or bigger imbalance. I'm going to consider it bigger balance because the sextile and the conjunctions can be too much of the same thing, but because it's in a good place and the similarities are good here, that's why I'm saying that these are good things. Then at 6 degrees, we have an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. So we're acting with more passion and more drive and more life. And that is opposite this societal Aquarius transformation, Pluto. And opposites are either best friends or worst enemies. So we are either really empowered by this new collective movement, or it's completely pulling everybody apart. I am going to interpret it positively because I need to, because the negative side of this would be a spontaneous burning of everything to the ground, and I don't want that, and neither do you. So then, simultaneously, I talked a little bit about this in the last video. Neptune and Chiron are semi-sextile around 7 to 8 degrees during this time, and that keeps happening. And Neptune at 7 degrees is trine Mars, and Chiron at 7 degrees in Taurus is square Mars in this moment. What does all of that mean? Well, a trine is a positive thing. Neptune is the planet of etherealism and I tell people, imagine sitting in the presence of God. It's the feeling that you get from that is Neptune. That is currently retrograde in Aries. So Aries is about the self, its ego, and this self-ego-ness is trining, which is a positive alignment to Mars in Leo, which is our creative actions and our family actions and our just general like longevity in life and or laziness and like just chill back. I don't want, if it's not my way, I don't even want to do it. Uh, so these are good things. So our spirit and our soul that has been really active is energized by Mars. And like, yes, we're seeing the fruits, we're seeing the positivity that can come out of all of this. And square, so then we have a very hard alignment between Mars and Chiron. Chiron is about healing, healing in yourself, healing in others. And in Taurus, it is the stubborn, the stuck, the being at home, the self-isolation. That is not interacting well with the Mars get up and go. We have a lot to do. And we've been having these tips for all of the universe between fire and earth and, fire and really everybody else. But specifically in this instance, it's fire and earth. And this is difficult because the passion and the drive and the life and the momentum stops with Taurus. And Taurus is like, and Chiron in Taurus is like, this is not good for our home health. So you may be battling somebody that wants to stay in some sort of isolation, or you may self be battling the want and the desire to go out and to be active and to have this movement, but something is just keeping you at home, and it's very conflicting. We have another square to Saturn in Taurus at 10 degrees. This is all in September of 2028, by the way. This square, so Saturn is the right thing to do. It is time management, it's structure. In Taurus, this is a fantastic, because this is structure and building of homes. This is, the food, either security or insecurity. This is square all of this big passionate action, because again, we're coming a little bit back to the red tape bull that we've all been dealing with. I talked about in a previous video, where it's like Mars doesn't want to jump through. It's like a lion at a circus jumping through the hoop. So long as they're happy to do it, everything is fine. But as soon as they turn on the crowd, and this is like, is the lion about to turn on the crowd, or is the bull, if you're waving the flag at the bull, is the bull actually going to hit the lion? So this is a big tee off, just negative, hard aspect. Then we have a sextile to Uranus in Gemini retrograde at 14 degrees. And this is beautiful for like action and pop off and electricity and vibes. This is just, but it's also explosive energy. It's random, every direction energy, because Uranus is spontaneity and randomness, and it's a ruler of Aquarius. In Gemini, Gemini's the twins going in every direction. So even though this is great for Mars and the movement and the vibe, it could also mean that, oh, you really want me to go through all this red tape? How about I blow up the red tape factory? So, it's because it can go in every direction. Earth people especially, and water people, and the people that like the status quo need to be careful that there's not about to be, everything in every direction, and then all the paperwork's just missing, and what are you gonna do with that? Then Mars goes into Virgo. Please remember to press every button for me. At some point, it's supposed to do something. Right now, it's motivation for me, and I appreciate that. You should press every button. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day. Bye-bye.